All right, Ethan, I guess I understand where that dopamine reference came from now. So talk about more about dopamine and its relation to sports. Here's Ben Parris with our newest segment titled CSL Sports Science.
Well, Kevin, like you, I didn't know what dopamine was when Kenny Dillingham talked about releasing it at practice last week when the coaching staff brought out a basketball hoop. So I took the privilege of diving deep into some medical research journals to try to find out how it could potentially give the Sun Devils a competitive advantage. Now, dopamine is a type of neurotransmitter that our body makes and releases when we do something that makes us feel good, like listening to your favorite song, eating something sweet like some candy, or maybe even playing a sport. The release of dopamine makes our bodies feel rewarded, leaving us with a sense of motivation. A 2018 study published by a group of researchers from universities across the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, Germany, and Belgium cites that, quote, dopamine increases athletes' attention toward rewarding goals and strengthens their reaction to the positive feelings that they can provide. So to put all this together, I made one simple equation. Dopamine plus motivation plus a little bit of Kenny D equals results. So, according to our research, Kenny Dillingham was spot on when saying that dopamine makes us learn at a higher rate, which yields greater results. And for a team with a new coaching staff, new players, and a new playbook, the learning that happens this spring could go a long way in the fall.
Alrighty, Ben, now we know where we can get our prescriptions written by you after that report.
Now we bring in our men's basketball reporter, Ben Parris, to talk about what happened in Dayton on Wednesday night. Ben, in what seemed to be the most dominant victory of the season that came at such a crucial time, what did the team do so well that allowed for that all to happen?
Sammy, it's hard to say that they did everything well because Bobby Hurley believes there's always more work to be done, but with the exception of their perimeter defense, they really did do everything quite well and played their best game of the season. The 98 points scored in Wednesday's game were the most in NCAA First Four history and was the most for an ASU team in the tournament since 1980. As we look at the shot chart, we see the best shooting performance for the Sun Devils under Bobby Hurley. An impressive 64% from the field on 35 of 55 shooting. ASU was making shots from all over the floor, including 11 from behind the arc. It was the 9th time this season ASU made double-digit threes. DJ Horn went 7 for 10, including 4 threes for 20 points, while Desmond Cambridge added 17 and won a perfect 6 for 6 from the line. Meanwhile, Jemiah Neal came off the bench and posted a career-high 16 points on 6 of 7 shooting while playing 27 minutes in Dayton. The Sun Devils ended the night with 36 points in the paint, 14 fast break points, and 14 points off of turnovers.
So what are some of the factors to this game that are outside of the X's and O's?
So after their win in Dayton, the Sun Devils went directly to the airport at about 1:30 in the morning, and from there it was a 3-hour flight back west, so when the team landed in Denver, it was about 2:30 local time. Coach Hurley said he spent his time on the plane watching some film on TCU and was able to get a few hours of sleep on Thursday morning. What he stressed during his media availability before practice yesterday is that traveling is something that this team is used to. They finished their regular season on the road at Arizona, UCLA, and USC before going to Vegas for the Pac-12 tournament, and then from Vegas they were home for just a couple days before flying to Dayton and now to Denver. So yeah, the X's and O's are going to be important going into tonight's matchup, but the team was primarily focused on getting their rest and bodies right, along with adjusting to the environment in the Mile High City. And like Coach Hurley said yesterday, we sleep in May.
So as we just heard, Ben, tonight is not going to be easy for ASU. What do you think the Sun Devils will need to do to get the win over the Horned Frogs?
Yeah, as Matt just said, TCU is an athletic team that scores more fast break points than anyone else in the country. So taking care of the basketball and preventing turnovers, while always important, will be especially important tonight. The Sun Devils don't want to be running up and down the floor with TCU all night, so I wouldn't be surprised if they elect to slow things down a little bit in transition and get into some more half-court sets. 3 words used to describe TCU by some of the Sun Devil players yesterday were that they're fast, physical, and athletic. So ASU will definitely have their work cut out for them. Decision-making will be so crucial, as it always is in March, so the Sun Devils will have to rely on their players like Frankie Collins and Devin Cambridge, who have played in the NCAA tournament before. Sammy?
We're lucky enough to have reporter Ben Parris out in the field with us to talk some soccer. Ben, the school down south has caused fits for the Sun Devils the past several years. What's it going to take for ASU to get a win tonight?
Yeah, Ethan, head coach Graham Winkworth has never recorded a win against that team down south. It's been 7 straight losses for the Devils under him, but they're going to have to put those demons and put that recent history aside because this is essentially a must-win game. And if they want to win it tonight, well, they're going to have to rely on those senior players just like they have all season long. No goals for Nicole Douglas in the first 8 Pac-12 games. Well, now she has 5 in just the last 2. Ava Van Dersen, just 1 assist away from setting a new school record. And head coach Graham Winkworth told us earlier this week that, hey, he wants players that will literally put their face through the ball on set pieces and corner kick. That can make the difference in any game, especially in a rivalry game, one like tonight.
And Ben, this is the last guaranteed play of the season for the Sun Devils, of course, before postseason play starts. They're in a tough matchup tonight against U of A. What's it going to take to get to postseason play? How much is at stake tonight as well?
Well, it's a little bit of a tough position right now for the Sun Devils. If they have won that game on Sunday, they'd essentially be in the NCAA tournament, but now that might not be the case. Of course, that's not a game that they wanted to lose on Sunday, and it was an extremely emotional one, but now that's something that's behind them. Senior day is out of the way, and well, after that senior day loss, they dropped significantly in the RPI. They're now at 34. U of A is at 38. The winner of this game could very well make the NCAA tournament, and well, the loser, their season could be over.
Well, there is like a ball, and the hole is like this. So everything that goes right and like far from the pin is gonna like get closer.
Sure. Just gotta go. Go.
Looking good. Go.
I like that. I like that.
It might be close. We'll see. Should be a little bit short, but
I can live with that.
yeah.
So you're not the first Sun Devil from Spain.
I'm not.
I know you won't be the last.
So we have the
Yeah.
last one we got on him.
He's over there.
Yeah.
I know Rambo comes out here a lot, getting ready for events, and he'll be out here in a couple weeks for the Phoenix Open. But how cool is it to have a relationship with a guy like that? I think he's #2 in the world right now. Just how awesome is that?
I don't know, but for me it's like the #1.
Yeah.
It's so good. I mean, he won like 2 weeks ago, and he went inside before because he's leading.
Yeah.
Hey, I got now Johnny, okay? John just won.
He won today again.
Wow.
He won again.
That guy's unbelievable.
Sit. Ah. Caught the lip again. It's right, it's quick.
I told you. All right, that counts as a birdie. All right.
Got me today. Well, he kicked my butt out here on the loop.
Well, it's my place, man. I mean, if I don't beat you here, I'm not looking good.
We're talking about match play. We just played a little match play. You kicked my butt, but you know what's it like to play like that? And definitely as you get to NCAAs and it comes down to that match play, just how much fun is that?
Match play is amazing. I had the chance to play a lot of match play when I was back in Spain. We played lots of foursomes and fourballs with our partners and teammates, and we also used to play lots of match plays as singles. So that's something that for sure helped me a lot to when I got here and play all these type of match play events, because you don't play match play that often, and I think it's a really cool way to play golf as well. So,
Which one do you like more?
I don't know. I mean, I gotta say match play,
Yeah,
because it's more fun. Because you're playing against the other one, and it doesn't matter if you make 6 in a hole, because if the other one makes 7, you win the hole. That's what it's all about. But I mean, if you're not good in the stroke play, you don't have anything to do in this sport. So
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite, match play memory? Someone you've played against out here in a tournament?
yeah, I mean, my biggest wins as a junior were in match play tournaments. So that's why I really like match play. I finished runner-up at the British Boys when I was 14, and it was an under-18 event, so that was pretty big for me. And the biggest tournament that I won in Spain, it was also a match play event. It was like the same format as the US Amateur, like 2 days stroke play and then match play. And I played awesome, and I won, so that's probably why I like and love match play that much.
You already had a good start to the fall at the East Lake Cup, and you finished, tied for 4th in stroke play.
Yes and no. I mean, I played great, But at the same time, I kind of choked in the final, so that's why we didn't win. Last match, I was the last match out there, and I was like 4 up, 8 to go, and I couldn't close that. So that hurt a little bit, but I don't know. That's golf. You gotta continue practicing, and yeah. So that doesn't happen again.
And I think it goes without saying, but you know what's the team's goal and your goal this season?
Win natties.
It's as simple as that.
Simple as that, yeah.
38-20 in favor of Washington State coming out of the timeout. 3:34 left in the third quarter of semifinal number 2 at the 2023 Pac-12 Women's Basketball Tournament. Both teams are seeking their first ever bid into a conference championship game. Colorado basketball down by 10. Jalen Sherrod, 6 points in this one for the Buffaloes. For Sadler. Sadler back out for Wynn. It's Wynn for Weta. 12 to shoot for Colorado. Weta going to walk the baseline, kick back out. Sherrod now for Weta in the corner. Three-pointer, got it! Kendall Weta out of the timeout. 0 for 3 before that shot. She knocks down her first bucket of the game to get on the score sheet. Lead back down to single digits for Washington State. It's Tahina with the basketball. And leaves for Ledger Walker. Now for Tahina on the near side wing. Leaves for Wallach. And Wallach for Maraka Tate at the free throw line. Back out for Tahina. It's Tahina guarded closely by Sherrod, and she tried to grab the basketball, but she knocked Tahina in the head and is called for a foul. It's aggressive play we've seen all night long by Jalen Sherrod with 5 steals already in this game. Just got a little bit too aggressive there.
Certainly, you win some, you lose some when you're a risky type player like that.
Tahina inbound for Ledger Walker. Back for Tahina. Trades once again with Ledger Walker. It's on the near side wing. Ledger Walker gets a screen from Maraka Tate. Here's a shot in the mid-range off the back of the iron, and the rebound to Sadler as she fell to the ground, but handed the ball off to Weta, who's able to carry the ball up court, set up the offense for Colorado after 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Jalen Sherrod trying to drive. Sherrod up through the defense, off the backboard, and in. It's now a 5-point game, 38-33 Washington State. Colorado closing the gap on a 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes. It's Maraka Tate at the free throw line. Spinning, shooting, a hook shot off the front of the iron, rebounded by Kendall Weta. Here's Colorado. It's Kendall Weta walking the baseline again. She's knocked down and she's able to draw a foul. 1:21 to go in the third. And it's called on Tara Wallach, her third foul of the game. As Jessica Clark, Grace Sarver check back into the game for Washington State. 1:21 here to go in the third. It's Colorado inbound from the baseline, and it comes for Von Lay. Von Lay, three-point try. Freeman, she knocks it down. Frida Foreman, second three-pointer of the game. And Colorado's on a 10-0 run. They're only down 2. Just over a minute to go in the third quarter. As here's Tahina at the free throw line. Tahina, it's knocked away. Sherrod gets another steal. Here's Sherrod. She lays it in, and it's a 1-point game.